On this week's episode of Capital City Sports, football takes on Tennessee, women's soccer takes on Alabama, and volleyball takes on Kentucky and Georgia. This is Capital City Sports. Welcome into Capital City Sports. My name is Austin Lewis. On Saturday, the South Carolina football team traveled to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. This game looked like an easy victory on paper, but turned out to be much closer than expected. Let's take it to Haley Anders with the coverage.
I'm here at Neyland Stadium where the Gamecocks took on the Tennessee Volunteers. After coming off a great victory against Arkansas last week, let's check out the highlights and see if the Gamecocks can keep up the momentum here at Rocky Top.
Second play of the game, Jadavian Clowney tackles Pig Howard for a loss of 5 yards. Clowney would end up with 5 tackles against the Volunteers. Later that drive, Kenetrix Marcus is disqualified for targeting Pig Howard. He will be replaced by strong safety Bryson Williams for the rest of the game. Tennessee continues their drive, which would result in a 37-yard field goal. Tennessee over Carolina, 3-0. Start of the second quarter, and it's 2nd and 1. Shaw, with a lofty pass, makes its way into the arms of Demir Bird with a Carolina touchdown. Bird was responsible for 121 of the 166 Carolina receiving yards against the Vols. The extra point is good, and the Gamecocks lead 7-3. The next drive, Tennessee responds with a pass to Pig Howard for a touchdown with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Tennessee back on top, 10-7. Just like clockwork, Carolina turns the ball back over to Tennessee in less than 2 minutes to go, in which Rajon Neal will capitalize and rush for a Tennessee touchdown. Carolina bounces back with a drive down the field. Elliott Fry with a field goal attempt from 45 yards out, but misses it short. Tennessee starts with the ball at the 28. First play of the drive, Jadavian Clowney with the tackle. The ball pops free and the confusion begins. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Tennessee takes a knee and the lead at halftime. Carolina inches down the field with a pass complete to Nick Jones. On the same drive, Connor Shaw launches one to Rory Anderson, but the pass is incomplete. Shaw pitches one to Mike Davis on 3rd down, resulting in a touchdown. The extra point is good, and the Gamecocks trail by 3. Davis. Tennessee attempts to widen the gap with the field goal, but Mike Pilardi misses wide left. Shaw rushes for 5 yards and then connects with Rory Anderson for a beautiful 25-yard gain. Mike Davis brings it to the 1-yard line for a 1st and goal. Finally on the drive, Connor Shaw delivers with the quarterback keeper. Touchdown Gamecocks. The Gamecocks lead going into the 4th quarter, but Tennessee isn't fazed. Justin Worley knocks back with a 48-yard pass to the freshman Marquez North. The drive resulting in a field goal. Tennessee closes the gap to 1 point. South Carolina 21, Tennessee 20. With a little less than 5 minutes left in the game, Shaw is sacked by Marion Walls and Daniel McCullers. Shaw goes down with a hurt knee. Spurrier reports later that there are no torn ligaments and that Connor Shaw will be back on the field in no time. In the meantime, Dylan Thompson comes out to finish out the game for the Gamecocks. Thompson comes in for only 1 drive, which resulted in 6 rushing yards total. Unable to get the first down, Thompson calls timeout on 4th and 2, and then a second time later. The Gamecocks decide to punt with less than 3 minutes left in the game. On 3rd down, Justin Worley launches one down the field to the freshman Marquez North, who makes an unbelievable catch. Justin Worley takes a knee, and Mike Pilardi comes out to seal the deal with a 19-yard field goal. Final score, Tennessee 23, South Carolina 21.
Yeah, we had a good drive there in the 3rd quarter, and we scored 2 our first 3 possessions. And then, obviously you always go back, wish you'd run here, thrown there, run here, thrown there. We only attempted how many passes? 22. I sure called a lot more than 22.
I think we came out there and played on defense. We played pretty good. We gave up a couple deep passes, which was covered good too. So it was good D. They just had a better catch.
Did you feel like this was the most active you've been all season?
I don't know. I feel like I'm active every game. I mean, even though they make plays, I'm still out there calling, triple team. Still doing the same thing.
We played a pretty good game. We had some mistakes, but overall we played a good job. That catch, what number is he? Number 8, yeah. That was just an incredible catch. Ahmad, he played great defense, and he came with a great catch.
Yeah, we started off to a fast start. Tennessee made some adjustments, and we just couldn't make the plays when the time counted.
What were those adjustments?
We started playing better in the second half. We had a couple mistakes that we had, but they played well as a defense.
Georgia got beat.
So
All we got to just beat Missouri, man. We got some work to do, though.
The Gamecocks look to bounce back against Missouri next week, and with losses from both Florida and Georgia, the Gamecocks' SEC East hopes are still alive. With Capital City Sports, I'm Haley Anders.
Thanks, Haley. You know who else is in action this weekend? The women's volleyball team. Our own Jake Barber was at the volleyball center to see the Gamecocks take on Georgia. Let's take it to Jake with the coverage.
After the 3-1 victory over the Texas A&M Aggies on Sunday, the Gamecocks welcomed in the 13-3 Georgia Bulldogs. Let's see if the Gamecocks could add one more victory to their SEC record. This will be a tough matchup for Carolina, coming out as the underdog to Georgia at home, but they came out pumped up and ready for a fight. Finding themselves down late in the first set, Kelly McNeil would set up Juliet Thevenin for the kill to cut Georgia's lead down to 3 points. Georgia's Brittany Northcutt would connect with this pass to put the ball right in the corner of the court. A good response by the Georgia Bulldogs. Sarah Blomgren attempts to keep Carolina alive in the set, but Tira Liu and Jasmine Eatman were waiting at the net for the block, giving the Georgia Bulldogs the 1-0 lead over the Gamecocks. In the second set, Dessa Legros comes out with a fire for the Gamecocks. She had a total of 9 kills. Lauren Technip will respond with the spike of her own down the line for the Bulldogs. Another kill attempt is shut down by Jackie Angermiller at the net with the block. Jackie tries to come up with another block, but Tira Liu gets the kill and gives the Georgia Bulldogs a 2-0 lead over the Gamecocks. Carolina would have a close lead in this third set as Jackie Angermiller gives the Gamecocks a set point with this kill, putting them up 24-22. On set point, Carolina would serve it out as the Bulldogs would hit this one long and give Carolina the third set win. Or wait a minute, did it hit the line? Referee calls it in. Let's take a closer look to see if the ball actually hit the line. Yes, the ball actually hit the line, keeping Georgia alive in the third set. Georgia would eventually serve this one out, winning the set 27-25 and winning the match 3-0. The melee of aces by the Georgia Bulldogs was the big problem for Carolina in this tough 3-set loss. Players and coaches agree that they have a lot to work out before they play their next opponent in the tougher Kentucky Wildcats.
They served us really tough, and I think that's why they beat us tonight. We could have served a little better and gotten them a little off guard like they did to us.
I think we have to regroup mentally, and we have to be ready for possibly even tougher Kentucky team. They did just lose to Florida in 3, but from what I've seen on video, Kentucky's even better than Georgia. So we're going to have a special effort on Sunday afternoon, and hopefully we get all the fans we can get in here and make it a tough environment on them.
For Capital City Sports, I'm Jake Barber.
Once again, the women's volleyball team was in action, taking on SEC opponent the Kentucky Wildcats. Katie Davis was at the volleyball center. Let's take it to her with the highlight.
Last Sunday, Carolina women's volleyball took on number 15 Kentucky Wildcats. After losing the first set with a score of 25-13, the Gamecocks battled with late leads in both the second and third sets, but the Wildcats walked away with a win in only 3 sets. Carolina's senior outsider Juliet Thevenin had a team high of 9 kills. She also had 6 digs. Darian Dozier, sophomore middle blocker, had 8 kills of her own, as well as 3 block assists. Both Sarah Blomgren and Jackie Angermiller each had 5 kills apiece. Kentucky took control early, dominating to win the first set, led by senior outside hitter Whitney Billings, who had 4 kills in the first set, 18 in the match. Carolina came out stronger in the second set with an early lead behind Dozier and Ingermiller, but the Wildcats capitalized on Gamecock errors to close out the second set 25-22. In the third set, Carolina had a late lead, but Kentucky battled to win both the set and match. Carolina will be on the road next weekend against Mississippi.
And at Stone Stadium, the 15th ranked South Carolina women's soccer team took on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's take it to Haley Anders with the highlight.
Before we left for fall break, the Lady Gamecocks took on the Crimson Tide in a match honoring breast cancer awareness. Alabama came in with a 5-8 record, 3-3 overall in the SEC. The Lady Gamecocks started strong on this set play where Gabrielle Gilbert serves a nice header to Danielle Au but just can't find the back of the net. Carolina kept their offensive momentum up in the first half, and using this beautiful cross by Danielle Au, Gabrielle Gilbert tries to set up a nice assist for Stevie Parker but just misses high of the goal. Alabama tried to rally back in the first half, but Amity Romness wouldn't allow it. With this beautiful defensive save, this would have been a terrible slip-up by the defense if it were not for her. But unfortunately, this ricochet off of Christy Watts would bring the Alabama Crimson Tide in the lead 1-0. Carolina comes out strong in the second half. Raina Johnson here taking a shot off the 18 right into the arms of the Alabama keeper Emily Rusk. Then in the 59th minute, with this beautiful pass from the defense, Stevie Parker from the 18 puts a beautiful ball behind Emily Rusk, tying the Gamecocks with the Crimson Tide 1-1. The Gamecocks displayed beautiful possession of the ball and controlled most of the game. Finally, in the 85th minute, Chelsea Drennan lays it off to Danielle Au for the game-winning goal, Danielle's 5th overall this season. Gamecocks take it all 2-1.
It's not savable at that point, but reflections are dangerous, and she did a great shot, so credit to her. She's a dangerous player. So again, we're just a little bit late in now, and let a shot come out. So.
I mean, I realized in the first half I missed one that I should have put away, so I just knew that I was due for one, and Chelsea had a good turn, and I just ran to score. So I was like, hopefully she'll play it, and she did. She played a great ball, so I was just there to finish the ball and just calm down and just finish.
After the game, the ladies signed posters, balls, and more in honor of breast cancer awareness. Overall, it was a fantastic night for the Lady Gamecocks. With Capital City Sports, I'm Haley Anders.
That's all for this week's episode of Capital City Sports. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter @CCS on SUTV. My name is Austin Lewis, and that's all for this week.